Hey everybody out there, this is Seto, and today for you guys I'll be opening up my Geargia Rampage structure deck. I got two of these. One of these I'm actually probably going to build a deck out of just because it's such a cheap deck to build. But even though this may not be the best structure deck to come out recently, there are some interesting things in here I want to talk to you guys about today. So without further ado, let us get opening on the Geargia Rampage structure deck. Now Geargia, you know, before this structure deck came out, were already a cheap deck to build. But even though this structure deck did not come with a good, you know, trap card or a card that we really needed, it's still a interesting structure deck, I gotta say. So first off, you get your regular instruction manual of how to do your basic plays in your Geargia structure deck. You do have to keep in mind that the good trap card is limited to one now. So let's look at the mat. So the mat's not that bad. The mat's actually pretty cool. So you got some of the new Geargias. You got Geargia X, Geargia Accelerator, Geargia Armor, Geargia Arsenal, Geargiano, and MK2 in there. Pretty good, cool mat. I have to admit that it's not that bad. And let's open up the pack now. I'll zoom in for you guys. So there we go. We have the first card we have is Geargia Giant XG. Excuse me. So we got Geargia Giant XG, which is a pretty decent card. It kind of looks like Optimus Prime, which is one of the reasons I've always liked Geargia, but it's an okay card. This is the main reason I would say buy this structure deck if you ever wanted to. A lot of people are not buying this structure deck, but this card in the future may become better if there's other Machina type of decks. But Geargia Augur is very good. It's pretty much a very good Stratos to some degree. Then we have our new Geargiano MK3. Pretty good. MK3 works to get Geargia XG out a lot easier. Then we got Geargia Accelerator. It's a pretty good one-of card, I would say. Then we have Geargiano, 2 Geargiano, 2 MK2, 1 Accelerator, 1 Geargia Arsenal, 1 Geargia Armor, and for some freaking reason we have gadgets, 2 green gadgets, 2 red gadgets, and 2 yellow gadgets. I do not know why the heck they put gadgets in this structure deck. I think they could have done a better job about that. But I guess they were probably thinking, hey, gadgets and, you know, Geargia are kind of like distant cousins, maybe. So, I mean, you know, they're both involving machines with gears. Then maybe that's why they put ancient gears in here too. So we have ancient Geargiano Chimera Tech and ancient Geargia Dragon. Then we have Jumbo Drill and Mine Drill. I did not know these cards even existed till I saw this structure deck. Card Trooper, it's got a million reprints, but it's a pretty good, decent reprint. Swift Scarecrow, pretty decent reprint. It's about $1 card. And then one of the best cards in the entire structure deck, and I'm joking by that, Oil Man. But did you know, and here's your fun fact for the day, and I'll probably talk to you about this later, that Oil Man says something very interesting on his text. If you look at Oil Man, and you look at his oil can, he says, Heroes Oil. Does this mean that heroes are actually machines? Conspiracy from Konami. Okay, next we have Heavy Mecha Support Platform. 2 Giant Rat, 2 Gear Town, Limit Removal, okay, that's a good card. Machina Assembly Line, a Fissure, and very old card from the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Structure decks. Smashing Ground, it's a decent card nowadays. Double Summoning, this is actually a card that kind of needed a reprint. Creature Swap, and always a good card. Terraforming, cool. Geargia Gear Ramp. How do you spell? Geargia Gear. Yeah, I should know that by now. But Geargia Gear is in here too. It's got a reprint, but it's also got a reprint in the Mega Tin, so it's not that bad. Strong, the Monarch Force, Megamorph, Rare Megamorph, Roll Out. Yes, Optimus Prime is in this deck as well. And Geargia X, which even though I got the tin reprint last year, it's still a good reprint. So overall, my thoughts on this, I guess you could say, structure deck, and you know, should you buy it, should you not? If you're trying to buy this structure deck primarily for profit, don't buy it. But if you're trying to build it because you want to build Geargias or you play Geargias still, I would say highly suggest it. I think the best card in this entire deck is actually probably Geargia Augur, because it can go to help out a bunch of Machina decks. But I just wish they had a decent trap, like Breakthrough Skill, Bottomless, Fiendish. They could have done something, but alas, they did not. But Geargia Augur kind of makes up for it to some degree. So without further ado, take care everybody till next time, and Seto Kaiba, I am out of here.